Okay, so good afternoon or good evening, everybody, or hello. How's everybody doing? You're doing well. Okay, so let's go ahead. Today, you guys are working on your project. So how is everybody doing with the project? Why is it a mess? Everyone will have to sit and as I said, you're going to have to email me and we'll set up something. Okay? That's not a problem. We'll figure out what's going on. Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, so, but just email me because I will forget. Like, you'll have to email me and remind me, and so we can set something up during the week, you know. Okay. Now, how's the project coming along? Excellent. Okay, good. So we're going to continue working. I'm glad. So let's see here. So you guys should be hopefully completed D. Has everybody completed up to D? Anybody not completed D yet? Almost? Excellent. Okay. So the next one being E. Has anybody completed that? We're working on it. No? So working on it now? Okay, so we're going to continue. You guys will still have today, you know, you're working on it. Remember, next class is a presentation for group 2. So who here is in group 2? So James, you guys are all ready? Hassan? Please make sure you guys submit your PowerPoint presentation online before class, okay? So the night before. All right. So let me just take a look. So does anybody have any specific questions? I guess we can do it through Teams like we did before. I just want to. So that's the peer layout that's next. Any questions? Okay, well, you guys can go get started to work, and I will open up a Teams meeting for us to kind of work on, okay, for any questions you guys may have for me. And I will share my screen in case. And then as we get started, we will also look at, so this one is going to have dimensioning. So I'm going to show you how to dimension on Bentley MicroStation. Okay, so let me just get my stuff all ready here. I apologize, I had to like run from one class to the next, so I'm all over the place. Please. Yes, Sebastian, go ahead. You have a question here or for yeah, okay, so give me 1 minute. Let me just get my stuff up and running so you guys can get started while I get just organized here for a second. And then we can work our way through it, okay? Um, all right. Okay, so I'm going to open up a meeting now. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to. And then in a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and do dimensioning for it with everybody. I just want to clarify some of the questions and get those out of the way, and then we'll come back and we'll do dimensioning for this one. Okay. in class. Okay, guys, most of you have finished the splice here, but I had a question, so I thought I'd just mention it again. So for this splice right here, you're going to have 50 millimeters, okay? And then here, the space here would be 100. So you know what? Let me just do it on my here. So this will be about 50, okay? And then here about 100, the spacing. And then that's an angle about I mean, it's a little more than, but about 45 degrees, okay? It doesn't have to have a curve. It can be a sharp angle. And the distance here was about 1.2. No, Hassan, we don't have a problem with sound. I am on Teams because everybody here is doing work. So I muted this class. So if you still can't hear, oh God. Did you hear me? I don't know if you heard me. Okay, I know Tron, yes. Hassan? I don't think he can hear me. Refresh. Sorry, guys. Okay. Guys, I am taking questions on Teams if you have one for your own project. Okay, guys, I'm going to interrupt you for a minute here. I'm going to show you how to dimension. So first thing we need to do is you're going to need to, I hope you guys, are you guys with me before I get started? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do some dimensioning. First thing we're gonna do is we're going to create, okay? So you're gonna create a dimension style, okay? Because this one I think is the 1 to 100. Sorry, I'm just, so anyhow, so as I was saying, you're gonna create this one. So what you do is you're going to go on your style none, right? You guys don't have this, right? Correct? Okay, so you're going to go to style none and you're going to copy style. Okay, and then you're going to type in it's 1 to 100. So just like mine is labeled. Okay, and then you're going to make sure that you use the working units and that it's in millimeters. Okay, I'm just going to show the one I have here. And then we want to make sure that our scale factor is 1. Okay. That we also want to have an angle. So you can see here that our angle is degrees, decimal degrees, right? And then our accuracy of 4 decimal places. Now, the geometry, you guys can have fun with some of this. So extension, for sure, we want an extension. Okay. So if we didn't have an extension, you can see here, you see the extension. So you need to have that extension. Put it as 0.5. That's fine. The terminator. Okay. We want to have it, you can have it open, you can have it closed, you can have it filled. That's fine. So if I wanted to fill it, you can see these become full. These become filled. So again, you can do it as you prefer. I'm going to leave it up to you. Okay. You're going to have width of 1 and a height of 0.5. Okay. And then here it looks at the text and terminator working together. So you have to have a minimum leader of 3.5. And then when we look at the text, we want it the height of 500 with the width of 400. With a bit of a left margin of 0.5 and a lower margin of 0.5 as well. Okay. I'm not sure if some of these are already checked in. Your inline leader to 2, left margin 0.5 under your notes. Nothing for symbology, and then don't worry about the advanced. Once you've done that, you click on Save Style, so it will automatically save it in here. For me, I don't need to because it's going to change things. So, yes, of course. Here you go. You're welcome. Okay, does anybody still need this, or can I close down?
Professor, can you go to text, please?
Text, of course. Yes, just do it on layout view. Oh, sorry, on the model view. So on this view. Yes, Sebastian.
Professor, do we have to do this procedure for each drawing, or it's gonna be saved?
No, it should save it. No, it's saved. It's saved. If we need to do it for a different, like a different scale or something like that, we could, but no, it's saved automatically. Geometry. Here you go. Excellent. Anybody else still need this? Okay, so you guys, as I said, before you close, press save, and then you can close it down. Okay. All right, so once you have, I actually like the dimension style. 1 second. I like it closed more. Okay. So now when I want to go ahead and dimension, this is under this tab here with F. Okay. So you have your dimension element. And here, once you click on that, you can select which dimension you want to, which style you want to use. So if you want to use the 1 to 100, your alignment is the view that you're in, and that you're going to do manual, because you can do automatic or semi-automatic. We're just going to do manual. Okay. And so you have different ways. So you can have the linear dimension, right? Then you can have like angular dimension. And then this one in the angular dimension, it has like the angles between the arcs, things like that. With this one, you know, you can do like the stacking, you can do the continuation, and you have more options as well, right? So depends, you can have it where, so for example, yeah, it's huge. Why is it so big? not be this big. So that's when we had set it up. So hold on, I just want to. I want to check the style. 1 second, sorry guys. So why is my textile so big? Let's see here. If I search view manual. This is not the right size. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Cancel. Project. Project 1. And it's 1 to 100. Okay. No. What happened? Okay, they changed the height to 100. Okay, I'm going to go back and change the height of the text here. Okay, I'm going to do it at 2 millimeters, so 2. Okay. Or 2.2, 50, 60. Okay. Save it. So, okay, so let's try this again. Now, of course, you guys have to have a created or have S annotations. So this is part of S annotations. Okay, and I'm going to, if I start, here we go. This is the right size. So right size is 200 and 160. Okay, for text, guys. Dimension style, 200 and 160 for your text. Otherwise, it's just too big. I don't know what I had 500 for. Okay. So all you need to do is click on your dimension. If you're just a linear dimension, so you just click and then you go based on your snaps, right? So if I wanted from, I don't know, here, for example, to here, then I just click and drag, and it will give me my information here to here, and then I can just drag it out. And then I can decide where I want my text. Do I want it on this side? Do I want it in the middle? Or do I want it wherever? So if I want it right in here, I can just click and then right click to exit your dimension. Okay? Now, if you want it to be an angled, right here, this one is to look at your angles. If you want it to be between, like between two lines, so you can select your angle here. and it would give you your angle in degrees. Now you don't want this many degrees, so what you can do is go back and change that. Actually, I would just change it to 1 decimal for degree. You can also so if I want to select between 2 points, not linear. Not linear. Where is that one? There's the way to do this one. Hold on 1 second. Based on the drawing. Sorry, it's been a while since I've had the dimension. There we go. So if you want to do a linear angled dimension, so what you do is you go to your linear, right? You select for your alignment to be true instead of view, okay? And then you just select your 2 points and your dimension is here. And then you can again decide where you want your text to be, your dimension to be, and so on and so forth. Okay? So that's how you dimension. Exactly. You will dimension according to the sample drawing. Sure, Ran. No problem. You're welcome. So what I'll do, Ran, is I'm going to take a picture of this and post it online. Okay? Any other questions? Now you guys can try all the other options. No problem. You guys can try other options that you have here. You can remove, you can have one end remove, or change this one to a different style if you have a whole bunch of them, so it's automatically like a tick rather than an arrow, things like that. So you can make these changes right here, right before you do your dimension. Okay. Now, if you had, for example, wanted to put typical beside something, so let's say here, and you want to type typical. Now, with dimension, you'll see that it doesn't give you the dimension when you double click on the actual dimension, so the edited dimension, quote unquote, you are going to edit it. So, but make sure you do not erase this star, this asterisk. Okay, if you erase it, it erases the dimension. Okay. So make sure that if you want to write typical, you don't want to have it highlighted. You want to click beside it, then make a space, and then you can type in your typical, right? And then just click outside, and it will put it beside it. Okay. If you want it underneath it, you can do it like that. Okay. But if you went ahead and erased this, it will erase your dimension. Okay. So that's how you would add text. You're going to have to do the search on your in your project or online in the drawing sets. Either one will have that information. Okay, Hassan? And if you can't find it, then we can have a one-on-one. You can tell me what pages you've looked at, and then we can go from there. Sorry, Michael, what do you mean you have one about C? A question? Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? So is it for your project, like you, or just a general question? Do you want to ask on Teams or do you want to ask here? That's what I'm asking you. Okay, that's fine. If you want to come over to Teams, I'll be there in a couple of minutes. I just want to make sure that no one has any questions regarding dimensions. Okay. All right. So continue working. That was really it for dimensions. Now, everything that's been dimensioned online, you guys want to dimension as well, please. Okay. And then that's it for this one. Any questions? Going once, going on twice. Okay. I will see whoever has a question on Teams. Okay. You guys like the software? I'm glad. Yay. It's a bit different than AutoCAD for sure. You have to get used to it and everything. But once you get used to it and you get comfortable with it, sometimes people like it more than AutoCAD. Why do you want to dimension on layout space or layout view, Samuel? Arifin, what do you mean mostly not? You mostly don't love it, or you like, but you're a whiz at Revit, and so I can understand. That's okay. I will allow it, Samuel. That's fine. Just make sure it's the right size. Okay. You're welcome. Does anybody have any other questions? Okay, you guys keep working away. I am here. I am going to stop the recording because it's just most of it is going to be a work period. Okay. You have the portion that was new, which is the dimensions, and that has been recorded for today. So for the rest of the period, you guys can work. I am here for help, but it won't be recorded. Okay.